Okay, here I'm battling AB2. I don't know what his YouTube is, but he has one, but whatever. So, he's leading off with his Machamp thing, and I have my Uxie. And he fears the Trick Scarf, but I'm not going to do that. I just go for Zen Headbutt. And, he's this Scarf thing, so, I think he's going to go for Shadow Ball, but he goes for T-Bolt. And I just get my rocks up, and then I go for Yawn. And that's going to force him to switch out again. Then I just go for U-turn, and Uxie just scouted 4 pokes, and that's pretty sweet. So going into my Serebii, and then he goes for Hidden Power Fire, and it's not a 2-hit KO, so And I go for my Hidden Power Fire, and that does a lot. So, I predict him to switch now, because I forget about rest, because I don't see Shaman a lot. And, I go for Leech Seed, predicting switch, and that doesn't work out. So, now he switches into Heatran, and I switch into my Heatran, thinking he would leave his, Shaman in, but that doesn't work out. And I fear him being the Scarf, so I don't want to leave mine in. So, I just go for Waterfall, and, he lives with, like, no HP, and then he gets a Will-O-Wisp off, and that is bullshit. So, now my Gyara is pretty much useless, and I just kill this thing off. So, he's gonna send out a Dragonite, and he's gonna set up a Dragon Dance, and I'm just gonna taunt him just so he, like, can't get more than one Dragon Dance up. And I'm just gonna let him kill me with his Dragon Claw thing, since Gyara's pretty much useless at this point. So yeah, going back into Uxie, I just want to yawn him so this Dragonite thing doesn't sweep me. And yeah, that happens, and I'm dead now. So I'm pretty much free to go into whatever I want and set up. So I'm going into Tran, and he sends in Coon, which is pretty much the only thing I'll switch out once I have a sub up, because I don't want him setting up Calm Mind in my face. So I fear this being Crow. So going to Uxie, or not Uxie, Serebii. Serebii to take the Surf, and he didn't go for, I thought he'd go for Calm Mind, but whatever. So I see he's offensive Coon, and go for Leech Seed since I thought he was Crow, but that doesn't work out. And yeah, Lantern just takes the Ice Beam like it's nothing, and he switches into Shaman, and I go for T-Wave, and I'm gonna predict him to go for Seed Flare, so I go into Heatran. But he goes for Earth Power, and like, that is a bad prediction for me, and that was quite game changing. So yeah, Serebii should pretty much scare him off, and I'm just going for Recover, just to, you know, recover. So he goes into this thing, and I just Leech Seed it, and he goes for Payback, and that would 2-hit KO me, but I have Leech Seed and Leftover, so it doesn't, so that's good. And he's gonna get out of there, and he's got his Shaman back in, just for the natural cure thing. And I'm just recovering, and he's going for Hidden Power Fire. And I have a plan here to get rid of this thing, because this thing's giving me troubles. So I'm gonna Hidden Power Fire. I know he's gonna rest on this turn, and that gives me a free switch into my Dugtrio, which can just trap and kill this thing off with Aerial Ace. So yeah, that worked out for me, and I'm just gonna kill this thing with Aerial Ace. And if I couldn't predict that rest, it wouldn't have been a 3-hit KO, and then I would have lost my Dugtrio, and that would have sucked. So yeah, I just take that thing out, and he sends in Rotom, and I put in my Lantern just to take his Shadow Ball, and it does some damage, but whatever. And he goes into this Dragonite just as fodder for Surf, I guess, and crit, whatever, doesn't matter. And yeah, he goes into Champ, and Champ's gonna go for Dynamic Punch, I guess. Yeah. And he's got that confusion stuff on me now, and that's bullshit. And hurt myself. It's kind of bullshit. And Payback does a lot. I live somehow. And he's going back into Rotom. And I hit myself in confusion again, which sucks. So I think I can use my Serebii later, so I just decided to switch in to Lantern, just to take the Shadow Ball. And yeah, he goes for that Shadow Ball, and he gets a special defense lower, and I go for Surf, and somehow he lives it again, so that's like 2 gay lives, which were pretty bad. And he's going, I just use Serebii as fodder because I don't want Lantern to die, because I think he's going to be more useful. Because I forgot about Coon, and I thought I could win, but now he's got his Champ and Coon, and I've got my Lantern and Dugtrio, and I just go for T-Ball knowing that I would die this turn, and then I go into Dugtrio, and he just goes for Bullet Punch knowing I would outspeed, and I just killed Champ off. And now his last is Coon, and I can't kill that with Earthquake, so that is the game, and I lose, and sad face. So, yeah, Earthquake does not kill it, and I get surfed right to the Dugtrio face. And that is the game. Good game, Applebutter /AB/ whatever your YouTube name is.